peoples in your team, the people are most ambitious, or they have some ambitions, they are knowledgeous, and they have multi skills. You can divert and mobilize from one place to other place, and they work for a common goal that is known as success. That is the motto of every team in a particular business plan. That's why the statistics in the form of skills and knowledge is very much essential for success of you can say it is launching new product, promotion activities, even if your transportation activity or smooth function of your logistic activities. Then moving to the next one, the POI statistic, as you know, the strategy is derived from the word status, which means a group of number of figures. Those represent some information. Suppose during your summer internship, you are already enrolled in case of your past semester. In the next upcoming semester, the college will assign you into different internship program. So basically, what we do, there is a mentor who you can say who guide some student, and these students are sent to different companies. In that regard, you have to go for different kind of analysis. Some are assign you for geographical location analysis. Some are go for layout analysis. Some are go for collection of various pricing or various type of data that should be collected during their internship. So what happens whenever you send as a stranger to the market, you have to initially observe and collect some data, and that data should be represented in the form of figure or digit. That is known as you can say that is the initial or preliminary stage of data collection in the form of statistics. So I just repeat this particular definition. Statistics is derived from the Latin word status, which means group or number, group of number or figure. Those represent some informations. Then moving to the next one. In case of statistics, you know, it's a branch of mathematics dealing with collection, organize, presentation of data, and analysis of data, and interpretation of data. So whenever, suppose a company assign 2 to 3 people for collection of various type of data from the nearby market in Bhubaneswar. In case of Bhubaneswar, the company assign 2 to 3 people that directly go to market buildings area.
It's not audible
In that
properly.
building, initially
Sir, your
they
voice
Sir,
is
collect
not audible.
cracking.
log
Voice is
form of data that is known as
cracking.
preliminary, or the form of
Not audible,
voice
sir.
is lacking.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, not audible.
Is it audible?
Yes, sir, now audible.
Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sir, now is audible.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So due to some network congestion, it will be happen in between the
No, sir.
presentation. Okay, fine. So moving to the next one, whenever you go for collection of data, then organize the data, whether it should be in the form of tabular form or any kind of you can use any kind of chart. Then presentation of data in front of your authorities. Then analysis of data by using some statistical tools. For example, in case of demand forecasting, you are using simple moving average method, weighted moving average method, or your exponential moving average method. These methods are basically used for calculating the different demand forecastings from the customer point of view. So according to that demand, the production team, the purchase team, even if you're a finance team or your quality control team, they are ready to this. This is the way they implement the statistic at different levels. And here the typical example, if I assign you to calculate the different aspect of state like Odisha, or what are the different districts, sub districts, town, villages, and blocks are there. So by the help of this raw data, I can summarize whole things in this particular slide. In case of, or based on the statistics, the Odisha have 30 number of districts, 476 number of sub-districts, 223 number of towns, 51,313 number of villages, and 315 number of blocks are there. So this is the final, or you can say that is the final summarized data that should be presented in front of authorities, and the authority is directly focusing on some crucial districts. For example, the government of Odisha is focusing on the Puri districts. In case of Puri districts, the summarized data in the form of there are this contain 15 sub districts are there, 6 towns are there, and 1707 villages are there, and 11 blocks are there. It is easy to implement any kind of rule regulations or easy to implement any kind of policy for the people, and that is why the statistics play a vital role in our day-to-day life. For example, if you take the next one, suppose in case of transportation activities, so during COVID-19 situation, we have faced a huge amount of restrictions across India. The whole national highway are closed or locked down, even if railways is also blocked due to this lockdown. So due to this lockdown, what will happen? The price of vegetables, your FMCG product, starting from your household goods, all are rise day by day. So due to that thing, government has decided to unlock this national highway, even if they unlock the railway authorities. So due to that thing, what will happen? So due to that things, they directly implement some strategy. That what kind of strategy? That is known as demand and supply, to maintain a balance between demand and supply across various states. For example, we have already faced that particular pricing of onion in our day-to-day life. As you know, the place like Maharashtra, place like Vidarbha, place like Nasik area is very much prone for that particular productivity of onion. And due to transportation cost, whenever the vegetable is reached your nearby place, the price will be automatically rise. And due to that thing, most of the you can say it is the cold storage or some government operated cold storage, they are analyzed that they should optimize or they should reduce the price of logistics. So basically, the price of logistics, or you can say it is the demand and supply in between neighboring state, that should be you can use some transportation model that is known as northwest corner method, or that is known as least cost method, and you can use Vogel approximation method to maintain the balance and the supply in between two neighboring states. If you go to the livestock of fish or any animal from one place to another place, as you know, our neighboring state like Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, they are very much productive in case of farming or in case of fishery. So most of the farming product or the agri product, you can say the fishery product, they should be transported from that place to Odisha. And this, whenever the government is control the subsidies, they go for statistical analysis. How much a particular area is consumed per day, that is most important. So that is why they directly focus on this particular strategy of a particular district. Then moving to the next part, in case of statistics, as you know, this is divided into two types. The first one is rural sense, and the another one is singular sense. So in case of singular sense, first go to the definition of rural sense. In case of rural sense, the statistics refer to the number of data. Data refer to fact and figure. For example, the Fani cyclone affected 3 districts. That is the fact, and that data, that means how many people are influenced by Fani cyclone. That is the exact data should be required. That is known as plural sense. Then moving to the next one, that is singular sense. In case of singular sense, the statistics refer to the method applied to the data for analysis or interpretation. So in case of your singular sense, whenever you face any kind of natural calamities or any kind of destructive incident, in that case, they are based upon your plural sense. But in case of singular sense, you just applied the statistical method. For example, in case, as I told, in case of transportation problem, you are using to maintain a balance between demand and supply. That is why we applied northwest corner method, least cost method. Similarly, in case of roadways, whenever you face any kind of toll plaza, they are using queue methods or queue theories. That means the number of arrival and number of departure is calculated by statistical methods. Similarly, in case of banking sector, you are using Q theories. How many people are arrive, they avail the facility, and they depart from the facilities area or from the systems. So that should be easily calculated by applying to the statistical method or formulas, and that interpretation or explanation should be provided to the higher authority for better implementation or choose the best result for their implementations. Moving to the next one, these are the example. As I told, in case of singular, that is account groups are there, bank accounts are there, caps receipt group is there, currencies is there, and dimension is there. But in case of plural sense, number of account groups are there, number of bank accounts are there, cash receipt groups are there, number of currencies are there, and different dimensions are there as far as concerned with manufacturing and productions. Then moving to the next one, if you go to the financial point or importance of statistics, this is a typical example as far as concerned with finance. The statistics play an important role in case of business making profit. As I told them, most of the organizations nowadays, they are focusing on profit. That is why these are called profit making organizations. So for profit making, this is the formula is given by the help of statistics. The first one is profit, that is sales price minus your which price, that is cost price, and loss is cost price minus your sales price. So if you calculate the profit percentage, that equals to profit divided by cost price into 100. Similarly, in case of loss percentage, loss divided by cost price into 100. So in this regard, you can calculate the different aspect of profit as well as loss. Then moving to the next importance of statistics. So in case of statistics help the businessman what to produce, what to sell, in what quantities. So whenever you see the different owners, entrepreneur or businessmen, they operating different kind of organizations to produce. So before produce, they directly go to the market for market survey. So this is known as qualitative technique, basically used to survey the different parameters, different aspect of market. Then they go for the production activities. And similarly, whenever you finish your production, you need sales force. And sales force is ready to go for or apply different kind of sales activities, sales promotion activities, selling strategies. The next part is that if your product is sell, if demand is on the higher side, that you must go for the quantity by volumes. So these are the various aspects that should be done through the statistical analysis. I told in case of demand forecastings, demand provide all the demand information provided by the customer. As you know, the customer is always keen for any kind of product and services. So that demand information is directly flow from the bottom side to the different aspect of industries. And at last it should be reached up to the manufacturing point, and the manufacturing finally analyze the product specification, the product development activities, then they finally go for the manufacturing activities, then quality checks, then dispatch, then logistic activity, and finally so the different intermediates should be reached up to the customers. And the most important thing is that customer will be satisfied in this regard. So if you take the best example in case of if you compare Flipkart versus your Amazon's, and Flipkart has launched during festivity, that is one-day delivery strategy. So just imagine how they manage the one-day delivery strategy for some special areas like metros, and it is restricted to some product like electronics good, mobiles, tabs, even if your computers, laptop also. So this one-day delivery should be implemented by these companies for collection of different type of data from different locations. So by analyze this particular data or interpreted this particular data, they can found that this area are feasible for delivering this product in 24 hours. So that is why the statistics will help in various aspects in our day-to-day life, starting from the business, starting from the account, the finance, the marketing, the manufacturing, or your sales, even if other activities like supply chain, like logistic activities. Then moving to the next one, the statistics helps the businessman to plan production according to the customer. We have already discussed how, suppose, for example, in case of rainy seasons, the demand of umbrella is very much on higher side. In that case, that demand information from customer side that directly go to the production unit of a particular enterprise. The way they perform various type of activities. The purchase department is responsible for purchasing quality of material for this particular umbrella. The next, the finance department is arranging various type of fund, starting from the man, machine, materials. Similarly, the production department is responsible for producing quality of umbrella. And finally, through the intermediate should be reached up to the customer level and fulfill the demand of customer during seasonality. That is the concept. So this starting from the demand information, then production, then purchase, then finance, then procuring or purchase of raw material, then quality check, all the things should be need the statistical analysis. Whether you can apply decision science to choose the best option for your business. Then moving to the next one. So here the typical example how the demand information is segregated. Suppose a glass of water is there. In case of need, I physically need water to survive. This is the need from customer. If you segregate the demand from the customer point of view, I physically need water to survive. This is the need. But in case of want, I want clean, safe to drink, good testing water. That is known as want. But in case of demand, I create demand for smart waters. Whether should be RO, so whether should be UP verified water. That is the demand. And that demand information is directly flow from customer point to your manufacturer. And manufacturer is analyze this particular data, whether it should be primary source, whether it should be secondary source. After getting the interpretation or summarize the interpretations, the top level of management is decide to choose the best one for manufacturing activities. And finally, the product is developed and through various intermediaries, starting from the quality checks, the logistics, and it should be reached up to your nearby. That is the concept behind statistics, how statistics is influenced. The next part is that in case of your share market or in case of your portfolio market, how statistics will be helped. For example, you know the past 5 months sales, but you don't know the upcoming 2 months sales. And that data should be starting from the previous year data or previous month data. You can be easily analyze the or easily forecasting the data and which are likely to be true in case of share market. And that they are using simple moving average method or weighted moving average method, which is directly or indirectly concerned with the different parameters of this particular share price, even if the stock of different companies, whether it should belong to National Stock Exchange, whether it should belong to Bombay Stock Exchange. And that data should be properly analyzed by the help of suitable statistical methods, or you can even use some quantitative techniques to finalize or to forecast the different aspect of that particular stock. Then moving to the next one. So if you go to the importance of statistics, as you know, the activities of businessmen based on the statistical information. So as I told, the statistical information are divided into two types. One is statistics and another is data. So in case of statistics, it is divided into two types, that is in print or online available data. The next part is there, the data are divided into aggregate, that is known as intermediate data, and some micro data, which is few amount or less amount of data is available in the micro state. The next, moving to the next one, this is the characteristics and most important objective of statistics. The statistics are aggregate of facts. As I told, the case studies of different pandemic, even if some cyclone, these are the fact. And suppose government is implementing some policies for that particular area, they directly go to the fact and figure. Fact is that the FONI has affected 3 number or 4 number of districts. If government want to know how many people are affected, by the help of statistics, they can know the exact figure, how many people are directly and how many people are indirectly influenced by that particular cyclone. The next is statistic has to be numerically expressed. As you know, the statistic is in the form of number and digit, and that should be easily expressed, that everybody should easily understand the fact and figure in the form of number and digit. The next is statistics data is affected by a multiplicity of causes. So what causes? Maybe it's environmental, maybe you can say that if you go to the cause point of view, or as far as concerned with the causes which directly affected the data, the first one is the next part is you can say that is improper or incorrect data. The next is improper collection of data, improper organized the data. That directly happen the statistics or statistical analysis. The statistics may be enumerated and or you can estimated according to the reasonable standard of accuracy. So that is why I have already told that for statistical analysis, the accuracy is very important whenever you analyze the data for a particular product, for a particular service, and for a particular locations. The data should be very much accurate, and that should be provide the interpreted result in the form of in the form of best one that the management will choose that particular option and implement the idea into innovation, which convert into reality in the form of product and services. The next part is statistics is collected in a systematic manner. That I have already discussed, that is collection, then organize, then analysis, then interpretation. That is the systematic manner, and that should be starting from the bottom level to middle level, and the middle level of management is very much responsible for providing or presenting this particular statistical analysis to the higher authority. And it is quite easy for the higher authority to choose the best one or the best option for that one. I'll tell a small story. When Tata Jamshedpur plant was started, and during that period, the Tata Group has faced various problem in case of logistic activities. So initially, they have assigned the Vizag port for export import of steel and raw material, which is directly associated with iron production. Initially, the group has not found any suitable third-party agency for doing their logistic activities. So due to, or you can say that it is by the help of statistical analysis through e-tendering, they provide a particular, you can say that it particular price for logistic activities. There are 4 to 5 number of bidder in the form of transportation agency. They have just rejected that particular proposal from Tata Group, and only one company is agree for logistic activity. That company name is Sager Private Limited or Sager Transport Private Limited. In your day-to-day life, you have observed blue color long trailer trucks who carry a huge amount of semi-finished iron product from Jamshedpur plant to that plant. It is quite easy for the manufacturer, because whenever you assign different skills, starting from the supply chain, then qualities, then logistic activities, by the help of statistics, you can easily accommodate this particular facility to the third party and maximize your profit to eliminate the part of logistic as well as transportation activities. The next part is that the statistic is to be placed in relation to each other. How these are very much related to each other. If you go to organization point of view, in a particular organization, there are different department and sub-departments in there, and they are very much correlated to each other. Whenever they implement statistical analysis, starting from the raw material purchase from towards industries, then the finance department is very much responsible to provide the fund or the capital. The next part is the HR department, the production department, the quality check department, the packaging department. These are very much you can say interrelated to each other due to these statistics. If they are not or they are making some kind of barrier in between them, the whole process of profit making will be hampered in the next stage. That is why the statistic will help initially from the purchase of raw material. The HR department is responsible for providing a highly skilled operator to the production department, and production department is best utilized to enhance their efficiency to produce quality of product, and the quality department is very much responsible for checking different kind of quality procedures, and finally it should be reached up to the dispatch level, where they add some value to their particular product in the form of package, and finally it should be ready for the logistic activity. So in this regard, starting from the purchase point, then HR, then finance, then manufacturing, then quality, then the dispatching, all are need statistical tools. Our statistical tool for choosing best resources, the purchase department will provide the code, and according to the code is the final result of different aspect of their product, which is directly associated with product. They initially provide the code. There are number of sources are available, but the purchase department is directly applied some statistical tool to identify the best sources, the best sources who provide quality of product at right time, right price, right quantities. That is the most important thing. Similarly, the production department is play vital role. The arrival of raw material inside the premise, then dispatch of raw material. They maintain a particular time. That is why they directly observe or that directly implement some statistical or quantitative techniques to monitor the different aspect of manufacturing activities. Then moving to the next one. Here the function of your statistics. Just hold a second. Someone is just a minute. Okay. So in case of the function of statistics, as I told, the expression of fact in numbers. One of the principal function of statistics is to express the fact related to different phenomena in numbers. The next part is that simple presentation. The data must be presented in a simple form, so it becomes easy to understand. So whenever you collect the data or organize the data, whether it should be a tabular form or in a chart form, that should be easy to understand by everyone who are directly involved in any activities of organizations. The next is it compare the fact. The another function of statistics is to compare the data related to fact. So how data is related to fact? As you know, in case of telecom sectors, I will provide the best example in case of telecom sector. So the why Jio is very much famous. Jio famous for his strategy of marketing, and that strategy is directly drawn from the data should be drawn from the government side. The Geo has found that there are in case of 2015, there is a worldwide survey is taken, and in that particular survey, the data interpretation shows that in case of India, every people use 2 to 3 number of mobile phones. So due to that fact and figure, the Geo implement the strategy like they initially provide free of cost in case of data, in case of call revenue, all are free for 3 months under Make in India uh, under Make in India concept. So whenever you register a particular company under Make in India concept, there is no tax should be paid by the company side for 3 years. Similarly, the company is like to extend this particular strategy for another 3 months. That means Geo provides 6 month strategy. There is no fees, no charges. So whenever the Geo reach up to 1 billion number of customers, then they implement Geo Prime member in the exchange of 99 rupees. Clear? After 2 months, they implement the different strategy for data consumption, starting from 299, 399, 499. But nowadays, have you observed that is the success story of Geo, how they interpreted different type of data across the different competitors. So there is a more number of competitors are facing financial crisis, starting from your Idea, even if Vodafone, and in the last year, the Idea and Vodafone already merged with each other, make a company that is known as VI. It is the fact that you can compare starting from the pricing strategy, starting from the availabilities, starting from the other aspect of different companies. I will take a small example in case of air condition companies. So there are numerous companies are there, starting from Tata, Hitachi, then Blue Star is there, then LG is there, Samsung is there. Various companies are implementing their product or they are launching their product in the core area of air conditioning. But there is a company, they can provide 3 year maintenance free of cost after sales service, or you can say this sales after service. They provide 3-year maintenance free. The company name is Blue Star. The company initially, there is no particular concept of providing sales after service, or they do not provide free or maintenance for 3 years. But the thing is that to sustain in the market, to survive in the market, or to sustain in the market, they implementing this type of strategy by the help of statistical methods. And these statistical tools are very much used to compare the various parameters, various aspects. The next part is that it helps other sciences also. Many laws of economics, laws of demand. We have already discussed the case studies of umbrella, how their demand is rapidly rise during seasonality, especially reference to the rainy season. The next part is law of supply has been verified with the help of statistics. And the last one is it help in forecasting. It help forecasting changes in future with regard to a particular problems. So these are the basic function of statistics. Moving to the next slide. The next one is different type of statistical methods. In case of the types, we have 5 number of methods are there in case of statistics methods. The first one is descriptive methods. Second is analytical method. Third one is applied method. Fourth is inductive method. And the fifth one, inferential methods. So whenever, we discuss one by one. So in case of descriptive methods, so this type of method consists of all preliminary steps to final analysis and interpretation. So if I send a particular person to collect the various type of data, the data should be in the form of questionnaire, the data should be in the form of telephonic call, that should be directly interpreted to a final analysis. And this is called descriptive data or descriptive statistics. So this method is used to summarize or to describe a data set. So basically the primary data are directly collected in the raw form, and that should be analyzed by the help of statistics method, which is known as descriptive method. That means it directly leads towards to find the result of a data set.
Sir, voice
That
is
is known as
cracking, sir.
descriptive methods. Then moving to the next
Not audible,
one.
sir.
This type
Voice
of
is cracking, sir.
method, all methods which
Sir, voice breaks, sir. Voice
okay,
break.
Not audible, sir.
not audible,
Voice break.
presently audible.
No, sir. No, sir.
Voice is cracking, sir.
Network error. Right, not the
Is it audible to all?
Oh,
sir audio.
Same network. Just hold a minute. Audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Now audible.
yes, sir.
Audible.
Okay, mute. Okay, in case of analytical method, this type of method consists of all method of statistics which help in the matter of analysis. Suppose you are using, you are facing transportation problem. That means you are using northwest corner method, or in case of customer arrival and customer departure, you are using Q methods. And these methods are directly comparison between any two or more variables. And this is called analytical statistics. Then moving to the next one. Just a minute. Moving to the next one. It is only applied method. So this particular method consists of those procedures which are applied to a problem of real time. As I told, in case of collection of how many people are affected by corona pandemic, and that for a particular geographical location, in that case, this is the real-time problem faced by the human beings, and that data is initially collected by the bottom level to the that should be circulated to the middle level, and again this should be represented in the form of top authority. Basically, these are very much used in case of sample survey or quality control. In case of quality control, most of the industries, like if I give the best example in case of tea industries, as you know, in case of tea industries, that northeast part, starting from the Assam, Meghalaya, then Mizoram, these are very much influenced by tea industries, even if some part of Kerala also. In case of quality control, or suppose you perform a sample survey, how many people are living in that particular tea state, and what are their age group, what are their education qualifications, what are the livelihood of that particular people, how many belongs to male, how many belong to female, that should be drawn through this particular sample survey. Similarly, in case of manufacturing industries, especially reference to automotive industry, as you've seen in case of net geo, even if Discovery Channel, especially reference to mega factories. In that case, you have already observed that how the quality check, especially reference to the Mercedes, even if Audi cars, they are a premium segment of four-wheelers. In that case, they are perform some quality checks regarding the seating arrangement, regarding safety, regarding the braking system. All these things are easily controlled by some statistical application. For example, in case of your, there may be some regression analysis should be done. We can say that is the standard deviation should be done. In case of your, you can say that is the different aspect of wheels, and you can say that is the torque and the moment of inertia, that should be easily controlled by application of statistical methods. Then moving to the next one. The next one is inductive method. So this type of method consists of all those procedures that help in estimation of basis of random observation of data. The example is probability of random number. In that case, whenever the company assign the team to directly collect some random observation in the market, in that case, you can use some probability of random numbers to identify different parameters of that market survey. Then moving to the next one. Next one is inferential method. In this type of method, used to draw the conclusion. So this method is very much used to summarize the result or to make the inference about the population base. This particular method is very much used in case of your election commissions for population study, how many people are belong to that particular, how many males and females are belong to that village, how many are under below poverty line. That should be easily calculated by this internal method to observe the different inference of population based studies. Basically, you can take the sampling method is very much or vastly used in case of empirical method. The next part is that the most important thing is that whenever you go to the advantages of statistics, as you know, in case of advantages of statistics, this help to find the average, mean, mode, and least of number in case of business. So in your national highway, you have observed so many white patches are there in between the roads, and these are directly they can directly get the result by the application of this method to calculate the different average in between the two number of lanes. Then how to implement the mean, mode, and medians in case of roadways also. Similarly, these applications are vastly used in case of toll plaza. Whenever you arrive the place, how to get stick to that particular lane, that should be strictly mentioned, and that should the real-time application in case of that toll plaza, in case of collection of fees and dues, in case of automatics. The next part is that when you summarize the data, it enhances the better understanding of company's actual conditions. So as you know, in case of whenever you collect, you have collected a huge amount of different type of data, starting from the you can say that is primary source of data, secondary source of data, and you organize this particular data in the form of tables or in the form of chart. It is easy to understand the company actual condition. No? So most of the you have already observed in case of financial audit of any company, most of the data are presented in the form of pie chart, or even if they go for bar chart, even if they go for tabular form. That should be easily understand how many people belong to how much cost is invested in case of raw material, how much cost is invested in case of maintenance work, how much cost is invested in the research and development work that should be easily reflected by these presentations. The next part is statistics help to increase performance management, especially reference to employee productivities. So there is a concept that is known as thoroughly, so that is known as motion study. So in that motion study, whenever you implement this motion study in manufacturing organizations, they initially calculate the different machine setup time, the machine performance time, machine idle time, machine breakdown time. Due to the calculation of various time, even if your process time or machine cycle time also. So in this regard, you can enhance the productivities by assigning highly skilled people to that particular machine or to that particular workstation. Similarly, if you enhance the productivity by employing or by involving high quality or highly skilled operator, automatically your unit production will be enhanced. That directly lead to the quality of productions. Then moving to the next one. Next advantages is statistics help to manager to compare and choose the best option for companies. So in this regard, I will tell a small case studies. As you know, the Colgate is very much famous in case of toothpaste segment. The name is Colgate, the brand name is Colgate, but the product is toothpaste. So during 90s, the Colgate phase, the sales is rapidly slowed down. So initially the company faced there are new competitors are available in the market, and to sustain in the market, you need to change the design of that particular product. So initially what they did, they just enhanced the exist of toothpaste or enhance the exist point of toothpaste in that particular bottleneck area. That means whenever you consume, the consumption rate is on higher side. Little bit you take high or little bit much amount of that particular toothpaste. So due to that consumption habit, especially reference to the country like India, the sales automatically rise, and it is happen due to statistical analysis. How statistical analysis? The thing is that they are directly whenever they face a difficulty in case of sales, they analyze their product. What kind of product? The dimension, the specification, the weight ratio. Then the next part is the packagings. In this regard, the statistic will vastly use, or statistical tools are vastly used to compare other product who are available in the market to compete Colgate. So these are the things. The next part is that in case of research and development, statistics used in case of market survey, market research, and product development. So as you know, have you heard that particular earth moving equipment is combined by Tata Group, Tata Hitachi earth movers are there. In case of Tata Hitachi is very much famous for earth moving equipment. So have you see in case of our day-to-day life, more number of earth equipment are worked in between Cuttack and Bhubaneswar, or in between twin cities. They are specially involved in case of construction work. Indeed, this is the only segment where Tata did not invested a huge amount of capital. So that is why they initially tie up with Hitachi Group for research and development to study the market, to survey the market in the core area of earth moving. So there are a few amount of customer or competitor are available in the market, like Tata Kamastu, Tata Hitachi, Tata Cummins are there. So in this regard, in the place like Pune, Tata has developed a research and development center for doing various kind of research work related to automotive industry, related to farming industry, related to real estate industry also. So in this regard, they directly go for market survey, market research, and product development. So that's all from my side. Any doubt, if you have, you can ask freely, because this is the foundation class of decision science. In the upcoming class, we'll discuss various case studies of quantitative techniques, how quantitative techniques will help in our day-to-day life, starting from banking sector, starting from transportation sector, starting from IT industry, starting from service industry, starting from your product industry or manufacturing industries. Okay. So you are open to interact with me if you have any doubt, because this particular subject is totally numerical, and we have arranged these foundation classes or your deficiency gap in between decision science as well as statistics as well as quantitative techniques. Any doubt from your side, anyone?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
Sir, when we will get the notes?
In numerical, there is no notebooks available. So if you wish, then I will send this particular PPT. But the fact is that
Yeah, sir. I'm
these
talking
are
about this PDF only.
okay. I will send the PPT after this particular class.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Anyone? Yes. Sandeep Parida. Any question from your side?
Sir, any book suggestion?
Books I will tell during tomorrow classes. As you know, few people sir belong to biology, few are from BSc, few are from BBA, and few are from engineering background. It
Yes,
is
sir.
my advice. I will definitely tell this book and author name. You have to collect from library as soon as possible, because this decision science is totally numerical subject. There is no theory as far as I concern. Clear. So you have to practicize each and every part. Clear. So these 2 days, starting from 23rd and 24th, this is the foundation class, and
Okay.
the mode of presentation is PPT. Onwards, that I directly do some numerical on blackboard, and you have to solve this one. Clear.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any question from your side? Anyone?
Sir, notes.
In case of numerical, there is no note, so I will provide the particular formulas. Okay. For this class and day after class, I will provide the PPT only for understanding the concept of statistics as well as quantitative techniques. Here,
Okay, sir.
okay, fine. That's all from my side. Thank you all. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.